Good morning, Sairam to all of you. Children, again we are with biology class for class 10th, chapter 16, and it is a part 1 for chapter Management of Natural Resources. You all are aware of natural resources: water, coal, petroleum, forest. These all are various natural resources. So today we all will study how to manage our natural resources. So this is your chapter 16, part 1, and name of chapter is Management of Natural Resources. First let us come with the introduction. See children, anything which is present in the environment and which can be used is called natural resources. So what are natural resources? Present in environment, can be used for today and also for future. These all are natural resources. Natural resources includes total natural environment that support human life and contribution to the production of necessities and comforts to mankind. So what is the benefit of natural resource? Natural, all the type of all type of living organism, animals, birds, aquatic habitats, human beings, they all are totally dependent on natural resources for their comforts and for their necessaries. So natural resources are component of atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. So let's come with the definition of natural resources. A system of controlling the use of natural resources in such a way as to avoid their wastage and to use them in the most effective way is called management of natural resources. So management of natural resources means to manage the natural resource in such a way that there should be less wastage and production of necessities and comforts to mankind which we are getting from natural resources, okay, should be used in the most effective way. This is called management of natural resources. So natural resources include total natural environment that support human life and contribution to the production of necessities and comforts to the mankind, okay, and they are also component of atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere also. So the types, there are two types of natural resources, and these types are divided on the basis of availability. The natural resources are of two types, we can say, that is inexhaustible and exhaustible. Okay, what is inexhaustible? There are plenty and cannot be exhausted by man consumption, means some sources or some materials in the environment are like that, they are in plenty and cannot be finished in any cost, they and even by the man's consumption. For example, like air cannot be finished, sand, clay, etc. It gets affected by the overpopulation of mankind, means they can only be affected, can be reduced in the quantity and in the numbers by the overpopulation of mankind, but they are in plenty and cannot be exhausted by man's consumption. So these are known as inexhaustible type of natural resources. Now let's come to the another type which is called exhaustible natural resources. These type of resources are limited in the environment and can be get exhausted over a period of time after a overuse, like for example coal, petroleum, etc. So there are two type of natural resources, inexhaustible and exhaustible. Okay, let's study more about now. So to preserve the resources for the need of future generation is very important. Why it is important? Because if today after overconsumption, overpopulation, if all the resources will be finished from the environment, then there will be nothing for the future, for the mankind, for the human needs. Okay, so there is some particular type or method to preserve the resources. So let's come to that. The development which meets the current basic human needs and also means we have to use human resources in such a way it should be complete the basic need of humans for today and also preserve the resources for the future generation also, for the needs of future generation also. This procedure is called sustainable development. What it is called? It is called sustainable development. So what is sustainable development? To preserve the resources for the need of future generation is called sustainable development. Okay, and to protect the environment, let's come to protect the environment from harm or destruction is said to conserve the environment. Means when we preserve the natural resources from the environment and we preserve this natural resources and we protect the environment from which protection from where? From the harm or from the destruction is known as conserve the environment. The natural resources are a tool of development for human beings, but it should be sustainable development. Means we have to conserve, we have to protect from the destructions, we have to use it in such a way, and also at the same time we have to preserve for the future generation also, which is known as sustainable development. Now, what are the actually natural resources you will study in your chapter? In your chapter 16, management of natural resources, you all are going to study about 4 type of natural resources. Number 1, forest and wildlife, and water and uses of water, consumption of water. Okay, and another one is coal, consumption of coal and uses of coal, how coal should be preserved, and the 4th one is petroleum. Okay, so all these 4 natural resources, forest and wildlife, water, petroleum and coal, you all are going to study one by one in this chapter. Now, why? What is the reason? Why there is a reason to preserve or to manage or to conserve our natural resources? What is a need? Why it is required? There is a need to manage natural resources. So, let us study them. Here are some reasons why we need to manage our natural resources. See, children, you all know that each and everything that we use in our daily life today, like for example food, clothes, houses, vehicles, fuels, notebooks, furniture, cooking gas, also utensils, even toys, even roads, etc. etc. we use in our daily life are obtained from resources on the earth. From where do we obtain all these things which we use in our daily life? From the natural resources. So, the significant portion of the energy which we use today is obtained from non-renewable sources. Did you understand? The significant portion of the energy which we use today is obtained from non-renewable sources which cannot renewable. Okay, this implies that once they are used, cannot be replenished, cannot be used again. Okay, so and we can say this implies that once they are used up, cannot be replenished, means cannot be used again. The most important source of non-renewable energy used extensively is the fossil fuels which have taken millions of years to be formed. Means fossil fuels which are today using in a most higher quantity have taken millions of years to be formed. Okay, and the energy used extensively is a fossil fuel. So you all know this. Next, managing. Now what is the another reason why we need to manage the natural resource? Managing the resource would not only ensure its rational use but also put a limit to the degradation it is causing to the environment. For example, the usage of resources in different forms generates a lot of waste which is being deposited off into our water bodies. Okay, means if proper usage will not be done for natural resources or after the usage, what will happen? Degradation will be caused to the environment. What is an example? Like Ganga river. Okay, the most usage of resources in different forms generate a lot of waste, and what happens then? This waste is being deposited off into our water bodies. This is in turn what happens? The polluting the rivers and lake. Limiting usage also reduce waste generation and pollution. Okay, so these are the reason why management of natural resources are required and important. There is one important question for board exam. Why is management of natural resources important, which we have already studied? There is a short answer I am giving you for that. Following are the reasons why the management of natural resources is important. Why it is important? Number one, to maintain the balance in the ecosystem. Next, to avoid further destruction of the environment. Next, to avoid overconsumption of the natural resources. These are the main 3 points you have to write for the exam. Now we all have studied about, I have just told you about the river Ganga, how it is polluting. Let us study more about it. Pollution in Ganga. How it is happening? Pollution in Ganga. The river Ganga is used as a sewage. Okay, and then what happened? The sewage dump for more than 100 cities stretching across, okay, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. All these cities are stretching across all the sewage dump in the river Ganga from the more than 100 and also more than 100 cities. Dumping of untreated sewage, excreta, chemicals and also toxic liquid materials, toxicity in the water from industries. And from industries, what is happening? From industries increasing the toxicity of water. This makes it inhabitable for the flora and fauna in the river system, means it disturbs flora and fauna. Okay. In 1985, the GAP, what is GAP? That is a plan which is called Ganga Action Plan. Project was installed. Okay. Why? To curb the poor quality of the water of river Ganga. Okay. So these are the pollution in Ganga. Now, the excessive and indiscriminate use of various type of natural resources is spoiling our health and our healthy environment day by day. Okay. To reduce all this and to manage and to conserve natural resources, there has been proper planning and management by each individual in our society, and this system is called 3R system. Means to take or to follow by 3R system, we can save the environment, and this can be performed by each individual in our society. So these are called 3Rs. What are these 3Rs? These 3Rs are reduce, recycle and reuse. What are these actually? Reduce. Reduce means reducing our usage and waterful habit, means whatever natural resources we are using day by day, if we use them in a proper way, in a conserved way, then reducing our usage and wasteful habits, we have to change our habits. For example, not wasting food, turning off the switches to save electricity, and repairing leaky taps, reducing the amount of water used for bathing, clothing, etc. So when we are using natural resources like electricity, like water, how we should use them? It should be in a particular way, means we have to maintain our habit, reducing our usage and wasteful habits. Next is reuse. What is reuse? We can identify by the name reuse. Using things again instead of wasting, throwing, discarding them. For example, reusing plastics, utensils, bottles. Many things cannot be recycled or required a lot of energy. Instead, we can utilize them for their purposes. Means we can utilize many things, instead of discarding them, we can reuse them. And the next one is recycle. Collecting discarded paper, plastic, glass, metal objects to manufacture different products rather than synthesizing them from scratch. Okay, must have a mechanism, segregate and dispose of each type of waste separately, means recycle. There are many planning, many machines, industries which recycle the material like glass, plastic, metal object, which can be manufactured, recycle again for the further use. So children, by improving our habits for and learning and proper usage of material, natural resources, and we can conserve and manage our natural resources. So in next class, in next session, we all will study about first natural resource, forest and wildlife. Sai Ram and study well.